I mean, people just lash out because they're toxic, low vibrational people, right? Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and in today's quick law of attraction video, we're going to answer the question, why do people lash out? But first, if you're watching this video specifically on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications because I do put out new law of attraction videos like this one every single week. Let's go ahead and talk now about why do people lash out. Now, it's very common for us to have a very strong reaction when somebody around us lashes out. And I don't know about you, but in the past, my reaction was that that person was just a jerk or that person was just toxic. And that's a pretty common way of looking at it, that if someone lashes out, they're a jerk or they're just being a jerk. But I found that there's a different reason for it. It's not because a person is a jerk. That's not the reason why they're lashing out. And, you know, I've lashed out before, and I'd be willing to bet that you've lashed out before and everybody else around you has lashed out before. And you can be a very nice, kind, loving, supportive, wonderful, friendly person and still lash out. So lashing out isn't inherently because a person is a bad, toxic, or low vibrational person. Rather, lashing out occurs because the person in that moment feels separate from love. And this is an important thing to understand, which is that when we are in alignment, when we are connected, we resonate in the frequency of love or in the frequency of unity consciousness. That's kind of the optimal vibrational state. And when we're operating there, we feel very joyous, we feel very connected, we feel very much in communion with everybody, with all that is. And really, that's the state that is best for us to really strive towards being at, because that's our optimal state, not just for enjoying life, but also for creating and manifesting a really positive reality. When you're in that state of unity consciousness, when you're in that state of love. But sometimes we're not in that state. And so when we're not in that state, we swing to the opposite of love. And the opposite of love is fear. Now, when somebody starts to fade out of the resonance of love, once they get kicked out of it for whatever reason, frequently they will lash out. And so when somebody lashes out, it really means that on some level they are in a fear state. And so when somebody says that someone is crying for help or crying out for help, that actually is what's going on. They are in a state of fear. They are feeling disconnected. They are feeling alone. They are feeling that things are dark in that moment. And so when you observe somebody that's lashing out, when we have the automatic reaction of that person's a jerk, all we do is we further reinforce that feeling of fear, that feeling of separation, that feeling of loneliness on that person. And this is why if somebody's lashing out at you, you never get them to feel better by pointing the finger at them or by being judgmental or by turning your back on them. Rather, the only thing that really helps that person is the thing that they're crying out for, which is love. You know, and as a mother, I see this with my kids sometimes, you know, especially my son. If he gets really wound up or stressed out, if I can go sit with him, calm him down, give him a hug, let him talk it out, the lashing out will quickly fade out of the picture. But if instead I come at him like a stern mom or a pissed off mom, oh my goodness, it's gonna be World War III. And so why do people lash out? They lash out because in that moment, they're standing in a place of fear. They're feeling separate from the rest of us. They're feeling alone. They're feeling disconnected, and they're crying out for help. Now that's the first part of this answer. The second part of the answer is, why do people lash out? Well, if I witness somebody lashing out, it's actually a projection of my own fear. See, in order for us to even be in resonance with somebody else who is lashing out, they will serve as a mirror for the fear that we are currently experiencing. And so again, let me defer to this example of being a mother. My kids will really only lash out when I'm already feeling kind of stressed, when my vibration has already taken a nosedive. And that's not to say that when somebody lashes out, you deserve it. Absolutely not. But rather that all they're doing is they're mirroring back to you the fear that you're projecting. And so when this happens, it's a really cool thing, because a very easy way to remedy your own vibration is to simply send healing energy to the other person. Because sometimes it's hard for us to just notice that it's within inside of me. But if you just look at the other person and say, this person's crying out, this person feels disconnected, this person feels like they're in fear, that kind of activates love in you and compassion in you to want to give kindness to that person. And so this is a very big dynamic that I started learning early on with the law of attraction that's made a very huge difference in the quality of my life, which is that if I'm around somebody who's lashing out, I always try to now extend love to them as much as I can. And it's really funny to watch how that happens, that when I give love to that person, they come back into resonance, and then I too come back into resonance. And so really, when someone lashes out at you, it's a really great opportunity for you to heal them so you can heal yourself. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to learn a little bit more about these kind of negative interactions that can occur with people, you may also enjoy another video that I created a while back entitled Toxic People, Quantum Physics, and the Law of Attraction. And you may find that there's a link to that video below in the description if you'd like to go ahead and watch that video now. Also, if you're new to my channel, I would love to invite you to take my Law of Attraction test. And if you'd like to take that test now, there's another link in the description so you can go ahead and take that test right now. Thanks so much for watching today's video on why do people lash out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.